Hello, I'm Jennifer Broniste, and this is my mentor.
I'm Sarah McFate.
And we're going to talk about my first elementary lesson.
Okay, so this lesson was centered around characters and understanding characters and going deeper into the text to learn about characters. And you recapped about setting and how understanding a setting can affect the meaning of a story. And the story for this lesson was Peter Rabbit, The Adventures of Peter Rabbit. And you used this with a small group of fifth graders. And you told the students that understanding characters allows the reader to have a deeper understanding of the text. So you need to know the character to fully understand the text and fully understand what's going on. So I thought you did a great job of talking about prior lesson about the setting and how that's still important. We're going to move on to another part of a book and how there are different parts of a story in different aspects of a story that we need to know to fully understand the story. Um, you did a great job modeling, and you used technology to display the book and to project it to the students. I thought you did a great job talking about the siblings, Flopsy and Mopsy and Cottontail, and how they're rule followers. And you didn't just tell them, hey, they're rule followers, and I just think that they're rule followers because they follow the rules. You showed evidence. So you went in the book and you showed the students, this is evidence because I'm not inferring, I know for a fact because the author told me. Their guided practice was great. You had students work together, which I think is always great. Sometimes you have that students like a deer in the headlights. They don't even know where to start, especially if it's a difficult concept or if it's a new concept. So you had them describe characteristics of Peter because you modeled how to describe characteristics of the siblings by going in the book and finding evidence. So then you had them put that into practice.
Right.
You had partners describe Peter, and they had to come up with 3 character traits. Then after that, as a class, the students reported out. And then as independent work, after they got it practice, you had students pick 1 character trait and pull 2 pieces of evidence from the text. And that was so great to have them do what you modeled, but also not just, I said this because they have facts, they have proof and evidence. And, just to show them that we do infer in text, but for this specific thing, we don't infer about this character. We know because the author told us. I love that you used a T chart that's a great graphic organizer for this age, just to show them on one side this is a character trait, and on this side this is the evidence that links to it. It's good to organize it, and I think it's very easy for them to follow. And I like that you use that as an evaluation. That's what they turned into you at the end. And you did a great job at the end recapping, hey, this is what we did today. We talked about characters. We talked about finding it specifically in the text and finding evidence, that we have to provide evidence. And then you talked about tomorrow we'll continue to work on this. So I love how you start off a lesson discussing what you did yesterday, telling students what you're going to do today. They have a great understanding of what they're going to be doing. And you just kind of walked them through the whole thing, and you really gave them a lot of great feedback. So how do you think the lesson went?
I think it went pretty well. I think that maybe one of the areas that maybe needed to be worked on, Peter Rabbit may not have been the best story for that age group. They are fifth graders, so I don't want them to feel like I'm giving them a baby story. But and I think I might have lost a little bit of engagement with that. But overall, I think it went really well, and they worked together really well, and the work that they turned in, I could tell that they could really pull a piece of evidence, and Tyrone specifically was able to take the trait that he picked and pull evidence for that.
Yeah, I agree with the maybe the text. In the situation, the levels are so different, so it's difficult to pull one text that is not too high for one student but too low for another. And it also might be something they're already familiar with. So maybe introducing a new text they've never heard would be a good thing to, because they might already think, I already know that because I've read this or I've watched the TV show. But yeah, absolutely. I think that Tyrone was engaged, and he was able to do what you were asking him to do and provide evidence based on the text that you provided. But I thought it was a great lesson.
Okay. Anything else?
I think that's all.
Okay. Thank you.